This recipe is carrot cake. I've been making this quite a few years. My sister gave me the recipe originally. I still have her original handwritten recipe, but I've had to type it and put it on the computer to get extra copies because it's faded after all this time. We're going to start off, we have 2 cups of flour, and we're going to add to that 2 teaspoons of baking soda. And I do measure when I bake because baking is precise. So you do want to level off. And leveling off, I mean just flattening off the top of it. And I did that on the side of the box. So 2 teaspoons of baking soda. A teaspoon of salt. You always put salt in foods that you're baking. It helps them brown and it helps the flavor somewhat. And the recipe calls for a teaspoon of cinnamon. I like cinnamon, so I usually put more than that. So I'll put in 2, maybe 3. I love cinnamon. Maybe 2.5. I'm gonna mix this together just a little bit. My bowl's overflowing. Kind of incorporate that in. Put it into my big mixing bowl where I can mix it better in there. That way your cinnamon and baking soda kind of mixed in with your flour. I'm going to add in 2 cups of sugar. A 1.5 cups of vegetable oil, a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm just going to eyeball this. I'm okay with vanilla. 4 eggs, and you can see everything's going in one pot, so it's very easy to make. 4 whole eggs, and then we're going to mix this until it's smooth. We're not going to beat it a lot. We're just going to mix it all together, then we'll add the carrots last. Start slow on your mixer so it doesn't splatter. You can see that looks really thick, and it is. You want to scrape the bottom of that and make sure we got all that flour mixture off the bottom. What's going to happen here though, when you add the carrots, I'm going to add my carrots. And I just peeled these and then grated them on a box grater. Should get all of them out. And carrots will have a lot of liquid in them, which will loosen up your batter. But it's still a pretty thick batter all in all. Slow on the mixer just to incorporate those. It's a lot of carrots, but it'll disappear. Let it mix about a minute. Okay, our batter's done. And I've taken my handy dandy disposable pan. I sprayed some vegetable oil on there to keep it from sticking. Although it's got enough oil in it, it shouldn't stick. See the batter? It's loosened up, but it's still thick. It's loosened up more than it has. We'll pour this in our pan. Put it in a 350-degree oven for about 45 minutes to an hour, but you keep an eye on it. Okay, just spread that out, and in the oven it goes. Okay, our carrot cake's out of the oven. And here it is. I'm going to let it cool for about 35-40 minutes, and then we'll make the icing. It has cream cheese, butter icing with pecans on top. We're going to make our cream cheese frosting for our carrot cake now. So I'm going to take this 8-ounce package of cream cheese. I've left this out at room temperature so it's softened. It'll be easier to mix. Just put that in the bowl. 1 stick of real butter, not margarine, also at room temperature so it's very soft. And then I'm going to add in a 1-pound box of powdered sugar. We'll usually work with the cream cheese and the butter. I'm just going to eyeball it. Start out with maybe a couple of cups and then add more as you need it. And just a little splash of real vanilla, not imitation. And you get that. I'm going to put in just a little splash of milk to help calm it down so it's not so powdery. Okay, it's mixing pretty good. I'm going to add some more powdered sugar. I'm making a mess is what I'm doing. That should do it. And another splash of milk. And creamy that is. Yummy. Somebody will want to lick that beater. Maybe me. Okay, let's look at this. And the mess I made on the counter. But that's okay. It wipes up. Bring the cake over. See our frosting, how nice and smooth it is. Didn't take but a minute or so. We're going to pour our icing on the cake. You may not need all of it, but just spread that out. To me, that's the best part. I like carrot cake though. Icing is so good. Okay, to decorate it up a little bit, we're going to add some pecan halves. Just set them on here. Just I like to go like a roll. Get the pretty ones. everybody gets a slice of cake, gets an almond on it. And just keep putting your almonds on. Pecans. Did I say almonds? I do love pecans and almonds, so I interchange them all the time. A little bit crooked, but yummy nonetheless.